I'll tell you whether I believe it.
I would love to believe that there's giants.
Yeah, well, Nephilim is a tricky term because we don't really know where it originates. So Nephal means to fall,
Right.
in Hebrew, and so that's where you get the idea of these are fallen angels.
Fallen angels, yeah.
But the Greek translation of the Old Testament translated as gigas, which is
Gigantic.
giants.
Yeah.
So, and then they pop up later in Canaan when what's his face?
Goliath.
Well, so not just Goliath, but when they go into the promised land and they you have the story of there's these 10 spies that go to scope out the land that God has promised them, and then they come back and no, it's 12 men, and 10 of them are like, we can't go in there. There are giants there. And the term there is Nephilim. Like they're giants. I don't know if it's like they could just be spooked. They don't want to go in there, and so they come up with this excuse that there are giants in there. But because the idea of the flood is that they were destroyed, right? So everybody dies, including the Nephilim. But then you have guys like, C.S. Lewis. It's like Lewis and Tolkien had these ideas that these stories of like Zeus and the Greek gods, those were like echoes of cultural remembrances of these heroes of old, men of renown, which is what they're called in Genesis chapter 6. Which is kind of a cool idea.
So
I don't know what they are.
do you believe in giants?
I believe that there were giants, yeah.
Wow.
When you say giant,
How
what do you
big?
mean? Yeah.
I don't know.
Like Andrew's a giant.
Game of Thrones?
You're a giant to me. Everybody's a giant to me.
Yeah.
5'7".
400.
Yeah, but I'm 5'7". I couldn't grow tall, so I had to grow wide.
All right, fair enough. Like Game of Thrones giants, dudes who are just a little bit taller. I mean,
So the
you go down to
Hebrew-
Sudan, you see guys that are 7 feet, they look like giants. So,
Yeah. The Hebrew Old Testament says that Goliath was 9 feet tall, but the Greek translation of the Old Testament says that he was like, I think it was 6'5". So it's like
could just be a word for really tall people.
he's really tall people.
And I would imagine in a time...
Everybody's kind of small back then.
Yeah, but you don't have food readily available.
Yeah.
And if there is a tribe that has tons of food, they grow big, and then they look like giants. Is that being reductive to the religious text?
I don't know. No, not necessarily. It's tricky because it's not like these stories tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. And so often we have to like speculate, which is where you get the Book of Enoch. And that's like, let's expand upon this stuff.
Is there ever a time where, or like maybe the question I want to ask is like, how do you feel about the people who don't take these stories literally? They take them metaphorically, but they arrive at a similar conclusion that somebody who takes them literally does.
I think it depends on what you're looking at and whether it's meant to be taken literally or not.
Can you give me a good example of both?